I know I'm a young guy, I eat very healthy, but since my childhood, for some reason, I've been having some health concerns, like a fear of dying, maybe, or maybe...
It's worth being afraid of because it is going to happen.
I know. So, I don't know, I mean, maybe you can help, like, it's like how to overcome. Sometimes I've been having some pain in my chest or something, like shortness of breath.
Well, you heard us talking earlier about how the manifestations come as a result of the vibrational basis. And so it doesn't matter how you came to that vibrational basis. You may have observed things, you may have seen things that frighten you, you may have heard other people talking about them. It doesn't matter how you came to this vibration, but this vibrational pattern then will just keep yielding to you more things that match it. But you cannot continue to beat the drum of unwanted things and expect to feel any better. So sometimes it's helpful to know that the reason that you feel fear or any negative emotion is because in the moment of the fear, your opinion about something is so far off from the opinion of your inner being that you have actually almost lost contact with your inner being. And the more contact you lose with your inner being, those are much too powerful of words, because your inner being never stops focusing on you. It doesn't matter how strong a signal the broadcasting tower is sending. If you turn your receiver off, then the broadcasting tower may as well not even be sending a signal out. So you can pinch yourself off from that. When you say these are things that you've been worried about for a long time, you've got some momentum going about them, but it always means that your inner being is not in agreement. So our first question to you is, do you believe that you even have an inner being?
Yes, I do.
And are you interested in what your inner being thinks about things? And do you believe in the validity of the wisdom of your inner being? And so if your inner being was standing in a room with you, as your inner being always is, and you said, I'm worried about my physical body, and your inner being said, we are not worried about your physical body, and you say, well, inner being, you're not here with my physical body in the way that I am, and your inner being would say, yes, we are in every cell of your being. We are completely aware of everything that's going on with you. We know the request that every cell is making. Every cell that makes a request, a signal is given, and you say, well, I'm really not aware of that, and your inner being would say, we know that you're not aware of that. That's why you think things that block the signal. And you say, well, I don't feel so good, and your inner being would say, we know you don't feel so good because you're blocking the signal. So even though your cells are asking and we're sending something that would bring you a replenishing experience, you're not letting the replenishing experience in because you're blocking it. And you say, I know, but the reason I'm blocking it is because I don't feel good. And your inner being would say,
exactly, that's what's happening.
We know that you're not feeling good and that's the reason that you're blocking it, but you've got to stop blocking it. And you say, well, I can't stop blocking it because I'm worried and I don't feel good. And your inner being is saying, unless you are allowing yourself to find a feeling that is apart from the physical evidence, then the physical evidence can never change. And you say, but wait, if you would just give me different physical evidence, then I would feel better. And your inner being would say, that's not the way that it works. Everything comes in response to, the record is broken, everything comes in response to what you are broadcasting. Everything. Yeah. You just cannot get around it. And so we really are wanting to say to you that the facing of reality and the recapping of reality and the repeating of reality and the discussing of reality and the telling of things that you are currently experiencing that are not the way you want them to be will keep you from ever experiencing what you want. What you think and how you feel and what you speak matters a lot.
My family has been labeled with what they call so-called genetic disease, early onset Alzheimer's. And I heard one of the tapes a while back where you did talk a little bit about genetic diseases, as far as there's really no such thing as genetic diseases, but it's the fact that people are observing it in their family and people are talking about it.
This is the perfect conversation to have on the heels of conditional living.
Yeah.
Because as people focus upon a condition and practice the vibration of the condition, then it's logical that they would have a similar experience.
Right.
And it really makes a strong case for being unconditional, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Yeah, because I've seen it with family members, and I'm doing the best that I can, too, to keep myself without thinking about it, but we get bombarded.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
something that big and that frequent and that pressing and that important, if you haven't done the vibrational work first, focusing on that condition's going to get you. In other words, and you can feel it's getting you by the discomfort you feel when you focus there. So think about what the feeling of discomfort is really about. When someone says to you, it's heredity, or when someone says to you, it's in our genetics, or when you're focused upon someone who is having the experience of it, and you feel that discomfort, what does that discord mean? What's it telling you?
The source isn't agreeing with what I'm thinking.
Yeah. So let's take that sentence and let's make it really matter.
Great.
Family member, conditional. Source, unconditional. Obvious? Source is pretty unconditional. Emotion, unconditional. Disease, conditional. So not cleaning up your vibration, practicing a solid unconditional foundation on things that don't challenge you is necessary first, because if you start with things that are challenging you, you won't make it, because the momentum is so strong. You got to become unconditional and know that you're unconditional in other things first. So pick something easier.
Okay, yeah, because I witnessed my mother going through it and all this stuff, and my sister has it now.
Witness is a really strong word, isn't it? Witness and condition are same words. Witness, looking right at what is, looking right at what is. And humans, you're used to doing it. And why not? There's so much to see. There's so much to behold. Some of it wanted and some of it not wanted. But when you do the vibrational work first, now the impulse to see, and the ability to see. Have you ever had the experience? Esther has it a lot, especially when they were driving the bus cross country, so they were on the road all day most days, of having some place that they knew they were going to stop and passing hundreds of billboards and signs and not noticing any of them until the one that told them about the exit to that RV park. And Esther would say, it's funny, that's the first sign I've seen all day, and it's the one that I really wanted to see. So what's happening? Broader perspective is helping her to focus. So when you practice the unconditioned, then that turning of the vibration to the thought, to the emotion, to the impulse, to the rendezvous, to the manifestation, actualization, reality of what you're wanting is just the natural progress. But you got to figure out how to do that first.
Right, because what's happened.
And you got to start with things that are easy. You got to find out that you're good at it before you have to do it on something that's so in your face and so important to you. If you don't get good at walking the beam that's only 6 inches off the floor, don't walk across the Niagara Falls. Show yourself that you can do it. And once you've shown yourself that you can do it, you can walk anywhere without trepidation.
I know I need to practice without seeing them. I've got a sister that's going through it, and
We know. But what you're doing right now is practicing the vibration that doesn't help. You're practicing focusing on the condition that won't let you harmonize with source. And we could stay here all day and speak only with you, and we wouldn't make very much headway on that topic, because there's enough momentum about it. You're not in any danger. There's nothing happening to you. We don't mean that. We just mean you're in danger of more negative emotion. You're in danger of feeling fearful. You're in danger of feeling uneasy. You're in danger of perpetuating the potential of a vibration. You're in danger of holding yourself in a vibrational frequency that doesn't feel good when you don't need to. There is a very big disconnect, and therefore a very big disadvantage that most medicine is experiencing, where they are not factoring in the thing that matters most, and that is the alignment factor, the vortex factor. In the same way that we are not really encouragers of trying to figure out why something went wrong, but instead receiving the benefit of the new, clearer intentions that are born out of it. Whether you are trying to solve a problem or whether you're just wanting a more robust life today than you lived yesterday, you got to be looking in the direction of the vortex, because that's where everything is. The the positive emotion that we've been talking about, even here in this conversation, is all about this closing of this gap. It's not, and looking for causation is widening that gap every time.